go to video number 2. Autism is a very serious disease. It's a serious disease, okay? It's a serious disease, it's a disorder, it's a pathology, it's an impairment. It's all of those. That's what autism is. That is the medical model. That's what a psychiatrist would tell you, or they did in the olden days before all of this neurodiversity crap took off in the ivory towers of university academia, where we have pie in the sky, privileged elitists, never been on benefits, academics, telling you that autism is a natural variation. Just like being gay, just like any other variation. It's natural, it's fine. Don't worry, you don't have a disease, you don't have a disorder, you don't have anything medical wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. Hey! Don't, but yeah, so everything's okay. You're autistic, everything's fine. Well, I'm telling you that autism is a disease, a pathology, an impairment, a disorder. That's what the psychiatrist would tell you, because a psychiatrist comes at this from a medical model. And the medical model is founded on science, pure and simple. Factual, reliable science. Not on ideology, but on science. That's the difference. Okay? So let's be serious. Autism is a disease. Now, if you were sorry, my brain's gone blank. Yeah, so sorry, autism's a disease, that's what I was going to say. The verdict is not good. You have autism disease. But don't worry, there are things we can do about it. It's not the end of the world. You can have a disease, it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. I mean, long COVID is a disease, but and that's not very nice, and no one really wants to get long COVID, but we don't think there's anything, that doesn't reflect anything on the person. They just have a disease, Disease doesn't mean there's anything wrong with the person. There's something wrong with you, in one sense. You have a disease, but it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with the person either. You're ill at ease, dis-ease. That's what it literally means. Autism is a disease. It's a pathology. It's an impairment. That's a fact. That's science. Ideology, on the other hand, is completely different. Ideology is dreamt up in university chambers, far removed from people who actually live a life of impairment. Far removed. And yet these people will tell you that autism is just a difference. Just a difference, they would tell you. You might think, well, what's wrong with that? Just a difference. You might think, what's wrong with that? Because certainly on one level, autism is just a difference. So is cancer. Cancer's a natural variation. So is diabetes, that's a natural variation. So is cerebral palsy, that's a natural variation. So is asthma, that's a natural variation. All of these things, obviously I'm not comparing autism to cancer, don't get me wrong, but all of these things are natural variations. Yes, they are. No one can say they're not. That's a fact. They're natural variations. Every single malady that we can get is a natural variation. Some people are more prone to getting flu than others. Natural variation. Flu's not nice though, but that's a natural variation. A natural variation doesn't have any value judgment as such put on it, without knowing the context. So yes, it is true on one level. But on another level, saying that autism is a natural variation doesn't actually add any meaning to the discourse. It doesn't add anything of value to the discourse. All it is ideological navel-gazing. These pie-in-the-sky academics, who don't have their feet firmly on the ground, many of them have never known the benefit system, many of them have never known a life out of work. These pie-in-the-sky elite academics, coming from their privileged positions, will tell you autism is just a natural variation. And who's to say otherwise? But they're committing a massive category mistake by putting autism in the same category as, say, height or being gay or any other thing that everyone will agree on is a natural variation. It's not telling you anything. These things are radically different to autism. So I probably just offended a whole bunch of people. Autism is a disease. Like I said in my other video, I'm only half joking. So if you want to take offence, feel free. But, like I say, when you speak truth to power, you have to come at it with very extreme language. You have to. So autism is a disease. Just think about what that means for a moment. Does that have to be a negative thing? Why do we think disease in and of itself is a bad thing? Why can't we talk about it? And I want to ask, is just talking about autism as a natural variation and nothing more than that, is that actually helping to reduce stigma? Or on the contrary, is this actually increasing stigma? Is it increasing stigma to say that autism is just a natural variation? Because for people like me, who experience autism as a very real pathology, saying it's just a natural variation is gaslighting. Because it is denying my experience. And there are lots of autistic people out there who will say the same thing. And that's kind of what I want to say as well. And this is again going to maybe get me cancelled. I don't care. Truth to power. A lot of neurodiversity people do not like it if you say I have autism. You know what? I'm a person with autism. Fuck off. Yes, I'm a person with autism. Fuck off. Yes, I'm a person with autism. I've got more important things to think about than language, but autism is not my whole being. I am a person. I have interests. I have things I'm good at, which are not sullied by my autism. And then there are things that are sullied by the disease. And that's because I'm a person separate from my autism. Speaking truth to power from a person who's actually fucking disabled. I'm a person with autism. So yeah, I may well be getting cancelled, but that I do not give a crap. Because I've got more important things to think about than that. So I speak truth to power. I'm a person with autism. Take that, you neurodiversity twats. I'm a person with autism. Okay? And autism is a disease, it's an impairment, it's a pathology. It's a serious disease. Okay? I'm trying to be straight-faced about this, but sometimes you have to laugh. Not everything is serious, but autism is a disease. I leave it up to you to know whether I'm joking, being serious, or both. Thank you for watching.